Yogis say that the true meaning of yoga is to understand the connection between nature and the divine. The essence of yoga is to connect the body with nature and the soul with the divine. When a person connects their body with nature and their soul with the divine, they become completely balanced and peaceful. Therefore, it is important to understand yoga not just as a physical practice, but also as a spiritual path. Yogis say that we use mathematics to understand the principles of yoga in a simple and clear way. To understand the relationship between mathematics and yoga, we can use mathematical operations as metaphors for the spiritual journey and a person's connection with divine consciousness. This principle expresses the different stages of yoga practice through mathematical equations. On basic equation, 3 plus 6 equals 9. 3 equals sign individual, you. Here, 3 represents the starting point of a person's physical, mental, and spiritual state. This is the initial state of your soul, where your consciousness and ego are active. 6 equals sign nature, world. 6 represents the laws of the universe and the forces of nature. It symbolizes the connection with the external world and all natural powers. 9 equals sign consciousness, God, or higher self. 9 represents the divine consciousness or God, through which the entire universe and all beings are bound in unity. Explanation: the equation 3 plus 6 equals 9 shows that when an individual, 3, aligns with nature, 6, they reach a state of unity with divine consciousness, 9. This represents spiritual growth and the permanence and unity of the connection with divine consciousness. On pulse signs, there are horizontal and perpendicular lines. The horizontal and perpendicular lines and mathematical symbols. From a mathematical perspective, when we consider horizontal and perpendicular lines, they act as symbols of different aspects of yoga practice. Horizontal line, individual 3. This line symbolizes your physical and mental state and ego. It guides your relationship with the world. Perpendicular line, nature 6. This line represents the forces of the universe and the laws of nature. When these two lines intersect, they form a plus sign, plus, which represents the union and unity of the individual with nature. This symbolizes the first step of yoga, which establishes balance and harmony between body, mind, and soul. Losing the perpendicular line, deviation. If a person loses their connection with nature, the equation transforms into division, or subtraction. If the person loses connection with nature, but still knows the initial and end point of nature, then the plus sign becomes division, sign. Then the equation becomes 3, 6. The result is half, but still positive. Almost 70% of the peoples of the world are in this stage of growth in their life. Here, division represents partial deviation of the personal growth. If the person loses complete connection with nature, then the plus sign becomes subtraction, sign. Then the equation becomes 3, 6. The result is negative. Around 25% of the peoples of the world are in this stage with negative growth in their life. This leads to spiritual imbalance and negative growth in their life. Here, subtraction represents complete deviation and imbalance. These equations explain to us that if we neglect our connection with nature and divine consciousness, we remain spiritually imbalanced and incomplete growth in our life. Restoring the connection, 3 plus 6 equals 9. When a person re-establishes their connection with nature, then the equation 3 plus 6 equals 9 applies again. This state signifies the person's spiritual progress and the re-establishment of physical, mental, and spiritual balance. Here, the person realigns with nature and consciousness and progresses on the journey of self-realization. Moving the plus sign to multiplication sign, then the equation becomes 3 times 6 equals 18. When the connection between the individual and nature strengthens, the individuals can rotate the plus sign in 45-degree angles. Then the plus signs become multiplication signs, x. Then the equation becomes 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. Here, the multiplication sign represents spiritual energy and a deep connection with nature. This shows the intensity and depth of spiritual progress, where there is a powerful increase in the connection between the individual and nature. Incorporating consciousness, 3 plus 6 plus 9 equals 18. Now, incorporating consciousness, the equation becomes 3 plus 6 plus 9 equals 18. Here, including consciousness, 9, rapidly increases the value of the equation, and this signifies spiritual maturity and a state of enlightenment. At this stage, the individual is fully aligned with nature and divine consciousness, achieving the highest potential. 3x 6 times 9 equals 162. The final stage, when there is complete unity between the individual, nature, and consciousness, all the plus signs become multiplication signs, x. The equation becomes 3 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 9, which equals 162. This state indicates complete spiritual attainment and complete unity with the divine. Here, the individual becomes one with the universe and merges with the divine, existing in the unity of the entire cosmos. Yogis say that this mathematical principle explains the entire process and experience of yoga in a clear and simple way. Yoga helps to establish balance between body, mind, and soul, leading to complete unity with divine consciousness. Through mathematical operations, we can understand the unity and wholeness of the different stages of yoga. This principle transforms the purpose of yoga into enlightenment and unity with the divine. Thank you for watching. For more interesting videos, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you.